Actually so fucking perplexed by leftists and like liberals. Do they not like having valid conversations and like push back on their ideas? I'm genuinely so confused. I was in somebody's live last night. Mind you, I never really go in lives, but I was bored and this one seemed to have a decent amount of people. And the premise of the live was like, why are you conservative? And I do consider myself moderate, but I also consider myself conservative. So I feel like I'm able to go between the two as I wish. Before anybody comes at me, a lot of you leftists believe that you could change your gender, but you don't believe that a moderate can consider themselves conservative at times. Anyways, I found the live to be a bit weird because the girl herself was not saying anything. Like, she had nothing to say. Would just come on, say why they were conservative, and then she would just like stare at the camera and be like, okay, thank you. And then like they would leave, and I was like, she's not gonna, she had nothing to say. I didn't really understand her role in this. Not to do too much on like the people who did get in through the requests, but she was not picking the like, wasn't picking people who would be good at group presentations, in my opinion. Like, she was picking people who like would stutter and like couldn't really relay their point very well. And like, no shade to them, but I get that sometimes people get like that. Do you think she was picking people based on like their lack of a profile picture? Like, everybody she was picking somehow didn't have a profile picture and they all were not very coherent. And I was like, I wonder if she's doing this on purpose. Mind you, I was in the chat being like, I'm conservative, and people were literally begging me to request. They're like, please request. We're so bored, because she was going like long periods of time between like people to talk to, and she would just like stare at the camera. And so people were like, oh my god, please request, like we're bored. And I was like, I am, and I don't know what's going on, because I kept requesting and then it like wouldn't go through. And then one time I finally saw that like it was the creator had rejected your request. And then she got up there and was like, guys, if I've already talked to you before, don't request again, because I'm not going to let you back in. Mind you, I've never spoken on this girl's live before. I've never even spoken to this girl. First time she ever been on my For You page. Even the fact that she keeps choosing people with no profile picture, I was like, she definitely would remember me because I at least have a profile picture. But I was like, I wonder if this is like choosing your, not opponents, because she wasn't really debating people, but I wonder if she was choosing the people to talk based on who she thought would not be able to give a good commentary. Like, is she just trying to make conservatives look stupid? Like, what is her goal here? Because she's not accepting my request. And I'm not saying like I would have been the best representative of conservatives. I'm just saying, again, she was choosing people who were like stuttering. Had people literally begging her to put me in, and she didn't. There were a few good people that ended up in her request. I'm not gonna like shade everybody, and I'm sure everybody who was in there talking had good intentions. I'm just saying, like, it seemed like she was choosing people to make look bad on purpose, in my opinion. I was like, what is the end goal here? Because she didn't have anything to add. She was just wanting people to talk. I was like, is she trying to make people look bad? Like,